here, JBF Music and Guitar Lessons. In this quick guitar tricks we're looking at the seldom used harmonic pull-off. Now I'm a huge fan of harmonic tricks in case you haven't noticed already. If you want to learn how to catch a harmonic so you can add a bend, slide or vibrato, check out this video here with the card. And in fact I stumbled across the idea for this lesson while I was putting that one together. But yeah, as usual, I'll put timestamps in the pinned comment in the video description to help you navigate to whatever parts suit yourself the most. The basis of this technique and that first bar there. I'm playing the 7th fret as usual, and then making sure my first finger is resting on the string as you would do for playing a natural harmonic. And then rather than plucking the string, I'm using the force of the pull-off instead. Much like the dime bag squeal, but without the whammy bar lesson card on that at the top right there. But yeah, once more, I'm playing that 7th fret. Meanwhile, my first finger is resting just above this fret wire, rather than holding it down. And when I'm pulling off with my 3rd finger, the force of that, because I'm essentially picking the string with this 3rd finger, it plucks that 5th fret harmonic. Same idea on the next strings, on the A and the D. And then back on the G string, I'm doing the same trick, but this time I'm playing the 5th fret and pulling off to the 4th fret's harmonic. Exactly the same technique, but now I'm pulling off with my 2nd finger, catching the harmonic with my 1st. In bar 2, I've combined this idea with tapping. Here my right hand is tapping the 11th fret, then pulling off. Again my left hand is taking care of the harmonic by resting above the 7th fret. Then I'm tapping the 12th fret and pulling off with the tap to the 5th fret's harmonic. Tapping the 14th fret and pulling off to the 4th fret's harmonic. Try that once more. There we go. This example is to highlight that you can go up and down one string, tapping various notes and catching various harmonics as well. You could tap all these notes and keep the harmonic the same, so you could do like... keeping the harmonic the same but tapping the different notes. Or you could do a different thing, you could always change the harmonic and tap the same note. Lots of variations, or like I did there. What I also did was I went in contrary motion, so the harmonics are getting higher. And oh no, not contrary motion at all. So I'm going up the scale here, and I'm going up as well here. We could do contrary motion, and we could go... So here, this is going down in pitch, whereas this one was going up in pitch. Or, wild and crazy option, we could swap our hands around like in bars 3 and 4 up there. It might look unnecessarily flash, but this is probably easier for most of us than trying to tap on these higher notes and pulling off. Well, it certainly is for me anyway. So a group of 5 notes here being squeezed into the space of 4 for this left hand legato. For more on quintuplets at 5 and 4, check out the tutorial with the card in the top right. But yeah, hammering on, then pulling off with the left hand and pulling off to that 7th fret harmonic, which, as you can probably work out, is being taken care of by my right hand in particular. I've opted to use this finger. This is feeling a bit odd. Just keep pulling off a note with the left hand and move your right hand each side of the fret wire until the harmonic is clear. So if it's choking out, you're probably a bit too far this way or too far this way. So just adjust it until you get that sound, and also make sure you're not putting too much pressure, because then you'll just pull off to the note and that kind of thing. You pretty much want to be touching the string and no more here. And then I'm moving the left hand legato idea up a fourth to here, pulling off to the 5th fret harmonic. Bonus tip: you could go for trickier harmonics like those on the 3rd fret, but I'm trying to keep this introduction to this technique as straightforward as possible, while still showing a good range of possibilities and applications, although they may be somewhat of a novelty. On that note, if you thought of any other ways to use this, please do let the rest of us know down in those comments. My hands have reverted back to their usual positions for this next lick, here showing that you can tap across the strings as well. You could probably do ideas like this with that last lick we looked at and combining them, but I'll leave that up to you. Here I'm tapping the 17th fret, pulling off to the 5th fret harmonic, and just doing that across the D and the A strings as well. I'd suggest maybe using a bit less gain, and even letting the notes ring into each other a bit more than I'm doing here. This is a bit Van Halen sounding to me. For more on his harmonic tricks, check out the tutorial with the card up there. But I think this lick would sound really cool with some delay. Again, remember, you can add effects and all sorts of things on top of these licks, and you have a whole new world of sonic landscapes. But yeah, and then I'm back to the G string, but tapping the 11th fret and pulling off to the 7th fret harmonic instead for a slightly different sound. Then on to the D strings and the A string as well, just to finish it off. Bonus tip: I'm not too sure how well this will work out, but you could try it on chords as well. So if I fret a G major at this 12th fret here, then rest my right hand's finger over the 7th fret harmonics, we'll hopefully get a D major, because these notes are just G, D and F sharp. The harmonics on the 7th fret are just the same as the notes underneath them as the normal notes. So let's give it a go. One more. 3rd time's the charm. Yeah, cool, so that sort of worked. So I'm playing these 3 notes, like I say, moving this hand over here to catch the harmonics, then pulling off all 3 of those strings, the D, G and B strings, to try and get that harmonic sounding. And finally, we have this lick. Full disclosure, I've got no idea how I should be writing this tab out, which in my estimation is a damn good sign you're using the guitar in a creative way, if there's no obvious conventional way to write things out. So we're playing these 9th fret harmonics, by resting my finger just over them, a bit like lick number 3, but this time I'm getting the strings to move by pulling off from the 5th fret to the 3rd, and then the open with my left hand, really similar to the Palm Harmonics trick video card up there. But yeah, this lick has much more targeted pitch. So we're doing that, and then the same idea on the D string. Hammering on from nowhere, I suppose, on the 5th, going up to the 3rd, to the open, but with this finger catching those harmonics. Going between those strings again. Then moving my finger up to the 12th fret, and then same idea here with the left hand. And then back to the 9th fret. Just like the start of bar 1, then wrapping this up by trying to catch these harmonics on the 7th fret here, again just using the same move as the rest of the lick. These ones are a bit trickier to get. I mean, you can hear, if you hammer on hard, you can hear this really quiet, squeaky harmonic. You can hear that one better. Same with there. They're there, but they are quite difficult to get. The reason why this sounds quite so bizarre is a little bit easier to explain with the aid of artificial harmonics. If I rest my finger on the 12th fret for a harmonic, but then hold down the 5th fret, we get this note. If I do the same thing but holding down the 3rd fret, and again if I don't hold any fret. So you can hear it's changing pitch depending on what this hand is doing. So with that last lick, each fret that is being pulled off with the left hand is creating a different harmonic, because we're changing the length of the string by holding it down, which is just like when you play normal stuff, like playing here. It's changing the pitch because the string length, that is the distance from the bridge to the nut, or a new point of contact if you put your finger down, is being manipulated by our fingers. In this case it's getting shorter, and so going up in pitch. That was harmonic pull-offs. This has been Quick Guitar Tricks. That's the playlist there. For more weird harmonic madness, check out this tutorial here with tabs. If you enjoyed this and want to help the channel grow, stay up to date with new content, hit subscribe, share across social media platforms, press like, leave me a comment and enable notifications with that little bell on the side if you feel so inclined.